Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Trista and we are jumping right into our series that I'm doing here on this channel, walking through 1 John, 2nd and 3rd. And right now we are on verse 5 and 6 that we're going to do today. Okay, and it's so good. All right, so here we go. We're going to jump right in. So verse 5 says this in 1 John. This is the message we have heard from him and proclaim to you, that God is light and in him is no darkness at all. Verse 6. If we say we have fellowship with him while we walk in darkness, we lie and do not practice the truth. That is some heavy stuff he is saying, okay, that this person is saying. So in verse 5, he is saying this, okay, this is the message that we have heard. So basically he is setting up what he has been saying in the previous verses. So in the previous verses, multiple times, this person is saying, we have heard and we have testified, so we can proclaim to you what we have witnessed, okay? So he is about to tell you this message that they have heard and they have seen and have touched with their hands, okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, refer back to my previous videos where I talk a little bit about that. Because again, it's like John does that a lot throughout this whole chapter. He says one thing and then explains it in the next verse, okay? So this is what he says. This is the message that we have heard and from Jesus, and we are proclaiming to you, okay, that God is light and in him is no darkness. So basically he's saying the same thing that is said in John chapter 8 verse 12. Okay, in John chapter 8 verse 12, he says this. Again, Jesus spoke to them saying this, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. He's literally saying the same thing. And this is the exact message that John is repeating back to what Jesus has said. And then he goes on to say this in verse 6. If we say we have fellowship with him while we walk in darkness, we lie and do not practice the truth. So again, he's setting up more of what he is talking about in these verses, okay, in verses 5 and 6. At the beginning of verse 5, in my book, it says walking in the light, okay? So and it's like this paragraph that this person is writing, he is explaining more of what he's talking about, okay? So when we say that we are walking with God, the very definition of walking means you are the way you are living your life. It's a lifestyle. It's your pattern of living. Okay. It says here, while we walk in darkness. So that means while you are walking, you are making choices to live a lifestyle that causes you to walk in darkness, right? So if Jesus is saying, if you are walking with me, meaning you are living your life according to Jesus' teaching, if you are walking with me, whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. But what this person is saying, back to again what John is saying in verse 8, if we walk in darkness, we lie to ourselves and we don't practice what Jesus is talking about. We don't practice the truth. Again, this is like a setup that this person is doing, okay? We are just hitting the surface, okay? So it's almost like, okay, in verse 1 through 4, he's saying, listen, I know exactly what I'm talking about because I was there. I witnessed this truth. I witnessed what Jesus is talking about. Now he's starting to go, it's like he's pulling back the layers of more what Jesus is talking about, okay? So this is the message that I'm about to share with you that was shared with me that I witnessed, okay? If you choose to walk in darkness, if you're making choices, making a pattern in your life as a lifestyle of walking in darkness, then you are lying to yourself. Okay, he explains more in verses 7 and 8, and I'm going to talk more about this in my next video, okay? So stay tuned, it's getting good, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you have more questions, all of the commentary that I've been using will be in the description box below. And that is it. Thank you guys so much. Again, comment below and I'll talk to you tomorrow.